Greetings from the UAMS Division for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. My name is Amber Booth McCoy, Manager of Intercultural Education, and you don't know it yet, but I'm your favorite diversity specialist. It's that time again, time for opportunities and interviews and new beginnings. So you can imagine my excitement when I was contacted a few weeks ago by the Department of Psychiatry, wanting to make sure that they highlighted the work that the Division for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion is doing for their new applicants and the team UAMS. How are we building a culture of inclusivity? And asked if they could interview me, and of course, I said yes. However, little did they know, I am excited and always thrilled to tell any and everyone about the amazing team in the division that is a comprised of 9 individuals seeking to fortify the mission of UAMS using the lens of diversity, equity, and inclusion, making sure that we're the champions and seeking to serve the entire UAMS workforce, community, and more. The thing is, we don't do it alone. We do it with divisions, departments, committees, and individuals every day wanting a better tomorrow for everyone, like the Department of Psychiatry. So, little did they know, they came wanting to interview me, and I decided to flip the script and interview them. So, here is our time together. I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching.
All right. Hi, my name is Safna John. I'm a clinical psychologist here at UAMS and one of the faculty members in the Department of Psychiatry and a training faculty on the child rotation of our internship. And so really one of the goals that we had was just to give incoming applicants a nice sense of the institutions and our programs focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion, understanding that that's a really important part of the decision-making process for many people as they're thinking about where they're going to go to complete this next really important stage of their training. So it might be nice to orient ourselves to who all is here.
My name is Lindsey Roberts. I'm a postdoctoral fellow at the Child Study Center and with RBEST. A fun fact about me is that I had many, many animals as a kid, including a pet pig and 2 pet prairie dogs. And I love being at UAMS because it is very training focused and everybody is very open to letting me voice and find the experiences that I would like to have here on internship and on postdoc.
A fun fact about me is I've been the same height since the 5th grade, have not grown 1 inch. um, and I love UAMS because of the reach. I love that we have culturally responsive leadership, and I love that we get to see the change on an everyday basis, not just in the community, but like on campus and what that means when people feel like they belong to a campus. I love what I do. So, and I still can't believe people pay me to do it. It's crazy.
Hi, my name is Safna John. A fun fact about me is that I am a really avid baker. And so usually in my house, there is an assortment of freshly baked goods and me Googling recipes of how to make use of the leftover white chocolate chips that I have. And I think why I love UAMS is my job really allows me to advocate for the values that are really important to me. And so it's really nice to have a job that lets me really act on behalf of the people that I wanted to serve, which is why I got into my role as a clinical psychologist in the first place. So that's what I love about working here.
I am Joy Pemberton. I am also a psychologist in the Division of Psychology in the Department of Psychiatry. And a fun fact about me is that I enjoy all of the nerd things. And one of my favorite long-standing things is Star Wars. And I have been known to do Star Wars cosplay for charity events. in full costume, and that is a thing that I didn't always do, but started to do a few years ago, and it has been um, really so much more fun than I thought. And I had to learn lots of new skills to do it, like sewing and stuff. And the thing I love, I think, the most about working for UAMS is our sort of immediate team within the Division of Psychology and also the Child Studies Center clinic where I work, is because we are all a very supportive group towards each other, and we're very deliberate about that. We have meetings on purpose to help us, plan our advancement to the next stage if that's where we are. But also we've all sort of been selected for the fact that we care about people and our clients, but also each other, and sort of advancing kindness, for lack of a better word, towards each other and towards the people we see and the state of Arkansas in general.
My name is Ricky Davis. I'm a clinical psychology intern here in the Department of Psychiatry in the Child Track. My fun fact is that when I was in high school, I appeared with my high school quiz bowl team in 2 episodes of a local TV game show called High Q. And one thing I love about UAMS is just the variety of different clients and clinical concerns that I get to work with on a daily basis. It's always something new, which is really great from a training perspective.
Hi, I'm Betty Everett. I'm also a clinical psychologist working in the Department of Psychiatry. A fun fact about me is that I really love music. I played the piano since I was in early childhood, and I met my husband when I heard somebody playing the guitar on the beach, and I thought, oh my God, Eric Clapton is down there. And it was my future husband. What I like about UAMS is that we are able to serve a diversity of people with a broad range of socioeconomic status, that we serve the state and the needs of the people in the state, and that there's a real commitment to clinical excellence and multidisciplinary interaction.
Diversity is, obviously one of our core values here at UAMS. How does the institution as a whole kind of keep that value of diversity at the forefront of everything that we do?
Equity and inclusion is the lens that we use to look at our initiatives, our policies, and our values, our expectations, all of those things. And we have the Division for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion that kind of is the champion for that. I like to think of us as DDEI, because saying that 3 times fast over and over would be a lot. As the champions for the campus, but not just the campus, the institution or the center of gravity when it comes to diversity and inclusion. It's our job to make sure that there are policies that are equitable, that there is a culture of belonging, that we are recruiting and retaining diverse students, faculty, staff, that everybody is getting to be their best self and their multidimensional self without fear of retribution. Our vice chancellor listens, our chancellor listens, and I don't know, they make me proud to be able to stand up and advocate, not just for the members of Team UAMS, but our community at large.
So Amber Nicole, you mentioned culturally responsive leadership as an important thing here at UAMS. Can you shed some light on that? How is UAMS building a culture of inclusion? How are things changing?
I'll say things are changing in an amazing way, especially with our new leadership. And by new leadership, I mean Dr. Cam Patterson, and our Vice Chancellor for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Dr. Brian Giddens. Dr. Patterson came to our campus. Within 6 months, he was looking for a Vice Chancellor for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. So that shows you how important that is to him. Before he started putting out a strategic plan, before he started doing all of that, he wanted to have a person in place in his DEI, with his DEI lens. Right? Responsive leadership. That's about as good a place as any to just pause for a moment, to take a metaphorical coffee break. I am, as I said, always excited to share about the division and all of my coworkers and co-conspirators. However, I think this is a great time for you to actually hear from the individuals in the Department of Psychiatry, in the Department of Psychology about what matters to them. The things that I've asked them to focus on as far as sharing their story with you is what would they want to hear when it comes to their multi-dimensional self, every single way that they identify, all of their identities, thoughts, experiences, and skills combined. What is it that they want to share with you? And if they were in your shoes, what would make their ear perk up? What would let them know that they're welcome so that they can let you know that you're welcome? And then I'll come back and tell you all about the Division for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. I promise it is time for me to introduce the team. The amazing co-workers and co-conspirators that I get to do this work with every single day. The division, or DDEI as we're called, we love seeing the change that allows for a culture of belonging. The inclusive excellence in the air makes us all smile, and it's why we do the work we do. We don't do it alone. This is our strategy team. These are the diversity leaders that are strategically placed around our institution to assist us with ensuring that those initiatives are met and that we're able to hold ourselves accountable for those goals that we're setting. These committees that you see, they're how we amplify, highlight, and celebrate diversity in a myriad of ways, through annual celebrations, through heritage days, through different types of engagement, you name it. Everything from making sure that we're writing policy, reviewing policy, and celebrating the good work that's being done. This is our fearless leader, Dr. Brian Giddens, Baltimore native, who has decades of experience and expertise in the field of diversity, equity, and inclusion. He is an excellent leader, and we are happy that he's decided to call Arkansas home. This is Dr. Gloria Davis, or GRD, as I call her. She is our executive director. Additionally, she is a tenured professor in obstetrics and gynecology and the division director for reproductive endocrinology and infertility. Side note, she also tells amazing stories, and I just want to be in her memoir one day. This is Dr. Rosemary Nabawisi. She is an assistant professor in the Department of Pediatrics and the Arkansas Child Research Institute, as well as our Senior Director for Research and Evaluation. Dr. Nabawisi assists us in telling the story of the work that we do in a qualitative and quantitative way. This is Kimberlyn Bland. Kimberlyn Bland is our Director of Outreach Programs. She oversees our summer enrichment programs as well as serves as the advisor for many of our student groups. This is Odette Woods. She is the Senior Director for Staff Diversity. Odette is our kindness champion, and she has the biggest heart that you will ever meet. She is coordinator of so many of our celebrations because inclusion is just who she is and service is the way that she goes about doing it. This is Nicholas Pettis. He's our manager of student recruitment and retention. He serves, if you will, as a bridge to individuals looking into our institution. Our goal, of course, is to make sure that we have a workforce that is as diverse as the population we're trying to serve. And Nick is trying to make sure that that network works for those individuals. Mrs. Andrea Roy, or Mama, as I call her, she is our division administrator, and you can think of her as our left and right hand. She keeps us in line. She keeps us fiscally responsible. She tells us when we're not being responsible, and she helps us get that way because she loves us. This is the newest member of our team. This is Marlo Thomas. She is the executive assistant for Dr. Brian Giddens, in addition to being the coordinator for our SEED program, which stands for Seeking Educational Equity and Diversity. And well, you know that person. That is Amber Booth McCoy, your favorite diversity specialist or manager of intercultural education, and I serve as an internal consultant, if you will, as a thought partner for individuals, divisions, departments looking for learning experiences centered around diverse topics. Now, we want you to stay informed, to stay in touch. This Kaleidoscope is our quarterly newsletter. It's where we put our highlights, our updates, information, and more. So check it out. You can go to our website at www.ddei.uams.edu and learn even more about us. Remember, intentional inclusivity is moving from asking who's at the table to asking who's not at the table that should be at the table. And do they have an invitation detailing the directions to the table? And upon arrival, a microphone and a chair. We can't wait to give you your microphone. We hope that you will consider UAMS, knowing that you are welcome, knowing that you belong, and knowing that we thought about you. Thanks.